Hello and welcome. Hold on. It's that chat problem again. One second. I can't see the chats. Let's see if I can make it fix. There we go. Mandy, that's awesome. You're totally done with everything. That's awesome. I am so happy for you, Mandy. Done. You get to relax. You don't have to get up and study on here. You don't have to listen to this stuff anymore. That is awesome. I am so happy for you. Well, you did all the work. I just helped a little bit. That's awesome. I am so happy for you. Yeah. So a lot of mutual funds, were they doing the math or more just suitability? So that's it. The Series 7, you're done. Now the Series 66, would you take the 63 or 66 before that? Right. There usually is a lot of the option stuff is about hedging. Not it's just some spreads with a lot of math on it. Look, I am so happy for you. It's such a big deal to get past that. It really is. It really is such a big deal to get to beat that beast. I'm on it. Okay. So, Mandy, you're done. So that's great. How did you finish with time? How'd you feel during the test? Yeah, that's the thing. It's really not about the math. I mean, I still think that you could take this exam, not do any math questions, then reason, and still pass. Ooh, a lot of detailed IRA or more like just like suitability, stuff like that. Tax questions. Try not to cough as much as I did last time. I think I look better, but that's awesome. I'm so happy for you, Mandy. It's always a good thing when we hear people jumping on here. And Anya, you asked a question and then you deleted. I wonder what it was. Okay, I am so happy for you. That's awesome. Okay, anybody have any questions for me? And Helen should be on here at some point and telling us her test date. I have there's a student who met, not one of my students, but one of the one of the people who are on here all the time as part of the student group didn't pass and she was going to give up. Oh, that's awesome. The ETF question, the inverse ETF. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. I love that. That's I love it. Everyone always gets that. Oh, really? That's so funny. Yeah. My questions are pretty good, I think. I mean, the questions when we do them together are pretty dead on to the test. Usually people get a few of them. Okay. Everyone's awfully quiet today. Usually it builds up. Thursdays always starts off slow. Oh, Ethan. Okay, here we go. Okay, so taking it tomorrow, first of all, get off here as soon as you can, get some sleep. I think the best thing you can do is who's awesome. STC is great. I love Achievable. I love both of them. You know, again, if you have Kaplan, you're fine too. I'm just doing because of what Stephanie said, but I agree. So now here's the deal on this. So tonight you should get some sleep. Stop. If you have STC, ask any question you want. I just can't list every single test on the name of the live. So Yvonne, I would first of all, I'll get to you in 1 second with Ethan. Everyone can pipe in on Yvonne's question about how long, but usually you figure it's about a month for each, 3 weeks to a month for each. Okay, so Ethan, If you have SDC, go over the crunch time facts. If you have Kaplan, go over their quick facts. And if you have Notman, use their class summary. They'll help you. Oh, you got the Series 7 tomorrow. I got it, Alec. Okay. So you can listen to the same thing a little bit. But for the SIE, make sure you go over the risks again and like do a quick review of the regs. Make sure you got the regs down a little bit. And if you get the regs and risks, you should be fine. You should be fine. Here's the bigger thing on the day of. Maybe bring a power bar, water, leave it outside your locker. And if you want to write down like slobs over bliss or like the current yield formula or something like that to remind you of these things, that's great. And take your time. I can't say this enough. I say this to everyone, and this is for Alec and Ethan. When you read a question and you get through, and make sure you read all 4 choices. I can't say that enough. Okay. If you just jump on the first one that looks good, you're going to have a tough day tomorrow. Okay. So, and you're going to feel like you're failing. You're absolutely going to feel like you're not doing well, but you're doing better than you think you are. Okay. I've had a few people, they come up and they start taking the exam and they actually stop and they ask the proctor if they got the right exam. Pretty funny, but they pass because they get into it. It's just the wording's a little different. Okay. Thanks. I'm pretty much feeling better. Don't tell my family that. Okay. So now, here we go. So let's go with this one. Yeah. So that's it. Now for Alec for the 7 tomorrow. Same thing. If you have Kaplan, go over their facts. It's going to help. If you have STC, use the crunch time facts, and if you have Notman, use the class summary. Past perfect and training consultants don't do those, but those things are what people see on the exam. So that won't hurt. That's going to help you. Okay, gives you an idea. Make sure you know everything on there and get sleep. I can't stress that sleep is the most important thing you can get. Okay, now, slim ammo. Okay. So I don't know what that means. So how should you prepare for the SIE? Get some sleep and go take the exam. If you're taking it tomorrow, I hope you did some studying. Okay. Now, Kaisha. First thing you do is read the book. Read the book straight through tomorrow. Straight through. Okay. If you just read the book, Kaisha, read the Series 7 book cover to cover one time. If you can do the options a different way, like maybe look at my videos or look at somebody else's videos and try to do it that way, I don't think the books do a very good job on the options. Okay, but I think the best thing you can do is just get through the book one time. Don't take a lot of notes. Just read it and then go back and do quizzes, chapter quizzes in each thing, and anything you score less than a 75 on, reread the chapter and go from there. Okay. Yeah, true. I see. It's funny. Everyone thinks there's not account opening stuff on the 7, and there is, because it's been awesome, Slim. That's good. So just get on it all day, and then just make sure you get some sleep. I can't say that enough. You have to. If you don't get sleep tonight, it's going to be a tough test. That's all it is. Go and make sure you read all 4 answers before you read all 4 choices before picking. You'd be amazed at how often that people don't do that. Kaisha, that's awesome. I love Achievable. I like them for the 7. I like them for the SIE. I like them across the board, and they're cheaper than all the other ones. Yeah, Anya, you're good with Notman marks. You have 3 days to the exam. How are you taking quizzes? So Mandy, I wanted to ask you a question. Were they math munis, or is it like a little detailed, or was it more about suitability? I always tell everyone it's always the muni stuff is more about the general stuff and knowing what they are, and the suitability part less than any little, nitty gritty stuff. Yeah. So Anya, right now you have 3 days. I would just take test after test after test. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think there would be. It's like not the nitty gritty stuff. It's more about understanding the concepts of what they can do, what you can do, what they're for, who should buy them, stuff like that. Okay. Where are we? Okay, so Anya, right now, this is as long as you've read the entire exam one time, entire book one time, and gone through their class summary. Notman has a great class summary. It's what people saw in the exam. To start taking test after test after test, because I forgot. I did that so cough. Thank you. So, Brittany, I did that so I was coughing. Yeah, I know. I did that because I was coughing. So, Anya, use Notman. Take as many tests, take as many exams as you can. Take as many exams as you can to get the timing down. Now, for Brittany, I have a playlist called SIE the book. Maybe you should go through that. You should go through. Hope you can hear me now. So, go through the SIE playlist. Chapter by chapter. I cover basically all 20 different units. Even if you don't have the right book, you can match it up. I'm trying to label them differently so that you know what's in each. Instead of just saying chapter, I'm going to say what they're about. I've gotten about a quarter of the third way through. Should have it tonight. That's the best way. Watch a video, read a chapter. Watch a video, read a chapter to learn. Yeah, lots of capital gain. There's always lots of capital gain stuff. Okay. Yeah, 310. If you're scoring in the high 80s on Kaplan, you're solid. Okay. Make sure the big thing is when they're talking about the registrations, make sure you know the difference between an IA. Oh, Brittany, you're in great shape. Okay. Awesome. So just keep at it on you. You're gonna nail this thing. You're gonna nail it. And Brittany, you have the two best ones. It's good. I like SDC, but Kaplan and Achievable, you'll rock it. So 310. So make sure you know that like IAs and broker-dealers are firms, agents and IARs are individuals. I can't stress that enough that's going to pop up a lot. Okay. It's really going to pop up a lot on this. Okay. That's true. Very good point. Brittany, if anyone on here who is studying for the SIE and not taking it tomorrow, like Slim, go to my website, series7exam.org and email me. Get my email off there. Email me. I'll hook you up with Bonnie. She's doing a yes, I can do that, Trish. They're doing a SIE study group. I think they've done a couple, and then Cassandra was on it, and she killed the test. So I think it'll help. And then what you do is hopefully that will lean into a Series 7 study group when you pass Series 6 or Series 7 study group. Now, somebody mentioned, hold on, let me get back to him. Where are you? Harris. Okay. Harris, so you said you're doing well with everything but the options, right? Okay. So, right, the POP, you got to forget the POP, you got to learn the earnings per share. Those are straightforward formulas. So Harris, if you're struggling with the options, you have a couple choices. One, get a tutor to help you. Two, I have videos in my membership that you can do, or you can go to my website and buy the videos, and they'll change your world. I do it in such a way that nobody does it that way, and it's really game changing on how it does options. Okay. Anya, you're gonna nail it tomorrow. You're gonna be done and done and done. Okay. Yep, Alicia, I'm still alive. That's funny. Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, got it. Now I know who you are. No, we're gonna nail it. I'm gonna make options. You're gonna own them. Okay. So now, where are you, Alicia? Thanks for coming on, and I am still living. Okay. Surprise. Okay. So now let's talk about support and resistance. Okay, let's have some fun. Technical trading is when they use charts. Oh, 310. You will get that NPV dividend discount model, future value, present value, and all that stuff. But you're not going to have to do the calculations. You're going to have to know what they're for and know and like recognize the formula, maybe. Okay, but nothing crazy. These tests do not have a lot of math. The 66 and 65, the vendors make it seem like there's a lot of math, but there isn't. Okay, it's mostly understanding the concept of you want positive NPV, you don't want negative NPV. You want to what future value is, discounted cash flow, dividend discount model. I mean, maybe 10 questions on it, but those are not hard. They're not going to be the hardest. They just seem the hardest to understand. But learn them on a basic level, and I'm telling you. Seriously, go look at if you go to Khan Academy or Investopedia, both of them, not Wikipedia, Investopedia. Oh, that's awesome. FIFO and LIFO. Yes, definitely send an email. It's for the SIE, and then if you guys graduate, you can start a 7-1. Yeah, the FIFO LIFO stuff is big. I'm living, Ruben. I'm alive. So I'm drugging myself up with a lot of Robitussin and whatever. Okay. So let's get back to this. So yeah, so go to Investopedia or Khan Academy and type in those words, all of them, and they do little cartoons. They explain it so well. You'd be amazed at how well they do it. Now, Trish, back to resistance and support. So technical traders use trends and patterns and charts. So if you see a stock, like say it's 50, if you see the stock range of going to 50 to 60 to 50 to 60, it's creating a range. So it keeps coming off 50. So the support level is at 50. So every time it hits 50, it's going to go back up because people see it and they start buying it. And then when it gets to 60, that's the resistance. People are going to start selling it and pushing it down. So usually support is just like a bottom level where it usually tends to bounce off of. And resistance is a top level, like a ceiling, like it'll push it back down. But here's where the people make money. If it breaks through. So if you break through the ceiling, you're going to keep going. So you want to buy it above, you don't want to buy it below resistance because it's probably going to come down. You want to buy it above resistance. You'd rather buy stock at 61 than 59. I know it sounds weird, but if your resistance is 60, if it goes to 50, yes, they do, Kaisha. Now, okay, I'm back off mute. Yes, they have the 7 and the 63. They're still working on the 66 cases. So they do have a 7. They have a solid 7, Series 7 program. Yeah, and you can do the link if you want or not. Now, back to you. So resistance. So if you think the stock is going to go through resistance, what you do is you wait for it to go, and then you place a buy stop above the resistance level. So once it gets through the resistance, then you buy it, and it should keep going up. Or the support, it keeps bouncing off support, okay? Now, if it hits support, it should bounce up. But if it goes through, it's going to go to the next support level. So you'd want to sell it when it gets through the support. So you want to buy it when it goes through resistance, go to breakout, or if breakout through the support level also. Hope that helps a little bit, Trish. Okay. Oh, clearly erroneous trade. I love that. So clearly erroneous trade is a couple things. So one, if you have an error, right, what do you do with an error? So if you have an error, you have to put it in your error account and cover it. But then there's a clearly erroneous trade. When a stock trades outside a certain range, you have 30 minutes to send an appeal to the NASDAQ Market Center. I forget what it is, NASDAQ Market Operations. And you say it's a clearly erroneous trade, and then they have 30 minutes to make a decision. If you don't like the decision, you have 30 minutes to appeal it. What that means is that if the stock is trading at 50, 50, 50, and you buy it at 49, or you sort of sell it and it drops down to like 46 when you sell it and then back up. They do. They did put. Good to know, Mandy. That's awesome to know. Such big help, Mandy. This is awesome giving this back. It's like paying it forward. So clearly erroneous would be if a stock trades outside of range and you're like, wow, I just got hurt by it. You'll appeal it. And if they do decide that it's a clearly erroneous trade, like a mistake price, they will wipe out all the trades in that range. That's what clearly is erroneous. Okay. And that's good. Penny stock disclosure the penny stock disclosure document must be signed and returned. Absolutely. Okay. Now, okay, LS. Training consultants, I think for the SIE, they're fine. I think they leave a little bit to be desired. If you want to buy another supplement, you can go my links and buy the Achievable for like $75. Or you can, buy Kaplan questions if you want, whatever you want to do. It's not so bad, right? They're fine for the SIE. I think if you're taking the 7, they're a little light on information, so you might need some extra. But the more information you get, and if it's an extra $70, $80, I know people don't want to spend that, and maybe they can't, but it might be worth it. Okay, right. So the new definitions for The new definition for accredited investor. We know it's 1, 2, 3 accredited, which is 1 million net worth or 200 salary single, 300 married. Then they added in a Series 65 holder, a 7, or an 82. But they have to be active, which means you have to be sponsored with a firm to be considered. You can't, there's some guy on Reddit who wants to take the 65 just so it can be accredited. But if it's not active, it's worthless. You have to be with the firm to do it. Okay. An IAR of a state-registered IA is registered in X, but gives seminars to potential clients and C. Yeah, he's got to be registered because he's giving seminars, which means it's more than 5 people. And if he's giving the seminars, there's a place of business there, so he has to register. Okay. No problem, Alice. Okay. Wow, amazing. Slobs over bliss. I love that. That's hey, no problem, Alice. So that's interesting. So I have that video on slobs. I think I tried to make you guys. No, I think it was too long. Okay. So, Derek, I'll work on that in a second. So, Stevens, question on single premium deferred variable annuity. Okay. So here's the thing. Steven, it's like sometimes I have to ask questions to make sure you should understand when you do something. So they'll take out the surrender portion. Because yes, normally variable annuities, there's not a lot of them on the practice exams, but yeah, I think the test does want to make sure you know buy stuff, sell stuff like that. So Steven, so I wouldn't worry about the surrender unless they bring it up. Like if it's part of the answers, then maybe you deal with it. But if they don't, sometimes they can't put every little iteration of something into a question. So they will leave that out. So right, so you surrender to policy. Yes, there's surrender period penalties, but sometimes they have no surrender, right? Okay. Off mute. Good. Okay. So yeah, so you know it's deferred growth. Don't overthink into the stuff. Just go and get into it. And if they don't bring like I tell everyone, don't bring your own shit into the question, right? So you know that there's surrender charges for annuities and stuff like that. But maybe if they don't bring it up, then it's not there. Like if they don't bring it up as part of the answer, then don't sweat it. Okay. How do I keep the relationship of yield to maturity and yield to call of bonds straight and buying a premium or discount? Okay. So you just got it. Derek, have you ever seen the triangle? And I can't draw on here. Have you ever seen the triangle or the seesaw that they do? Okay. So there is a triangle that I do sometimes, or even a seesaw. Okay. That the way we do it is if it's a premium bond. So here we write a triangle. This side's going to be, this is my left side. So your left. I don't know what it looks like to you guys. And here's my right. So the left side is DP, double play, discount, premium. So on the discount side, you write down here, you put coupon here, then current, then yield to maturity, then yield to call. So again, coupon, current, yield to maturity, yield to call. It's always that order, Derek. Remember that. Coupon, current, yield to maturity, yield to call. It's always that order. So on the discount side, that's low to high. Coupon, current, yield to maturity, yield to call. And on the premium side, you start this other side of the triangle. Coupon's the highest, then current, then yield to maturity, yield to call. Coupon, current, yield to maturity, yield to call. So yield to call is always either going to be the lowest or the highest. So in a discount bond, coupon's the lowest, then current, then higher than that is yield to maturity, and then even higher than is yield to call. And in the premium, the highest is a coupon, then current, then yield to maturity, then yield to call. Okay, hope that helps. John, how do you feel? Taking it tomorrow, no pressure on here. How do you feel? Get some sleep. So, Alec, yes. So stop. Remember a couple of things. If they say, they might ask you how you protect. Stops protect, limits don't. So if they give you they give you an order and they say, oh, you own 100 shares at 50, how do you protect it? And they give you a bunch of orders. Where are you weak, John? I mean, hopefully you're going to go over stuff. Well, whose Brenda are you using? Stops protect. So if you're long stock, you would do a sell stop to protect or a sell limit to take a profit. If you're short stock, you would do, true Brittany, they're all coupon, nominal, and stated, and interest rate all mean the same thing. And then if you're short stock, you would do a buy stop above and a buy limit below to take a profit, buy stop to protect. Interesting. Discretion orders? Okay. Awesome. I'm happy to help, Derek. No worries. Okay. Right. So the same words, coupon, nominal, stated, interest rate all mean the same thing. And they don't, remember, coupon never changes. Remember that. So that being said, the only time it does change if it's a variable annuity. If it's a variable rate demand obligation or a floating bond or an adjustable bond, that's where the interest rate will adjust based on current rates in the economy. Okay, Joshua. So you have you should have another chance, right? So if you failed it within the next last couple of days, first thing you do is take a couple of days off. I always say that, and then just read the book. So this is what I tell everyone. There's a lot of people out there say, oh, you got a 68. You only missed it by 4%. No, you missed it by 32%. Okay. Good. Oh, it's awesome, Mandy. I'm so happy for you. Again, I am super happy for you. I'm happy to help. I'm trying to help out and, get everyone, as many people to pass as possible. This just makes me feel better. It's all selfish. So so you can't think I only missed it by 2 points. Don't think that way. Think you missed it by 30, okay? You don't need 100, but I want you to get in your mindset that you missed it by 30%, but you don't need to get 30% to pass. So you got to think, I got to move everything up by 5%. Move everything. Mandy, good. I love it. You get to go to sleep early. You don't have to get up and study. It's going to take you a few days to realize that you're done. Because you're going to wake up on like Saturday morning and go, oh my God, I have to study, and then go back to sleep because you don't have to. It's the greatest feeling in the world to not have to do that. Okay. I'm actually caught up. That's amazing. I'm not behind. I'm only, a couple minutes behind. So, where are we? Okay. So Joshua, so the first thing you do is read the book cover to cover. Again, Mandy, I am so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Giving everyone else your motivation they're going to feel the good karma and go on to you. Kalisa, how are you? Now, Joshua, what you're going to do is read the book cover to cover, okay? Read it straight through. Just don't take all that notes. Just read it from the front to the end. That should probably take you a week or two, maybe a little bit more, and then just start doing chapter exams. I want you to pretend that you've never studied before. So open that book up like you're brand new to this. Try to learn the stuff. Try to do it that way. Try to get the big picture. Don't take a lot of notes. Just try to get the stuff in your head. It's the best way to do it. It really is. Okay. Sure. I can do that, John. Okay. Kaplan. Okay. By the way, make sure that you go over the Kaplan quick facts. I think it's right by the like if you go onto the dashboard, you'll see Joshua, I promise you, doing that way, it's going to rock your world. You're going to be amazed at how much that you pick up. So, John, anyone who's doing Kaplan, find the quick exam facts and read that every night. I keep doing that. I keep doing the stupid mute. Okay, I got it. Now I got it. I'm good. So, sorry about that. So, Kaplan, go over the quick facts. I keep doing that. Okay. Okay, so hold on. We'll get you through that for a second. Okay. Now, first, Bonnie, yes. It depends. So Brittany and Bonnie. So some people have 32. Kaplan has 32 units. SIE has 20. If you go, now I don't know. My videos, video number 12 through 19 are all about the reg. Actually, video section 2, chapter 2, or part 2, and then 12 through 20. Those are the numbers. Those all cover the regs. Okay. Hopefully, when I'm sick, I'll stop doing that mute crap. Thank God you guys are quick. I could be talking for hours. So now, okay. So John, let's go over this. Okay. No, if you have the regular Kaplan stuff, okay, it's the basic Kaplan. If you have access to the book and the questions, you should have a thing called facts. It should be up there somewhere. You probably have it. Unless you just have the questions, but I don't know where you got the book then. So yeah, if you had a book. So again, Bonnie, 12 through 19. But now let's talk about this, John. So if I buy a 50 call at 5 and sell a 60 call at 2, that means I have a debit of 3. Do we agree on that? I spent $3 and because it's 5 and 2. Now my traders, I'm not going to mute this time because it just is ridiculous. Okay. Awesome. So traders call up and they don't call me up and say, listen, I want to buy the 50 call spread, 50 at 5 and sell the 60 at 2. They'll call up and say, I want to buy the 50-60 call spread for 3. So they buy it for $3. So the premium spread, the difference between the two premiums is 3. Okay. Later, they want to sell it, but they want to sell it for more than 3. So they're hoping that the premiums go to like 7 and 1, and then they're 6 apart. That wouldn't happen with the premium. Oh, it could. So 7 and 1, and then they're 6 apart. So that widened. So the point is, if you have a debit spread, you want it to widen. You want the premiums to get farther apart so you can sell it for more profit. So remember, dead wives can't nag. Debit widen, credit narrow. Dead wives can't nag. Debit widen, and then if it widens, you want it to exercise. Because if you have a debit, that means you bought the spread, you spent money, so you need something to happen. Okay. I think I got an email, so I'm hoping that's probably from Brittany or somebody. So if I buy a spread or debit, long, buy all mean the same thing. If I buy a spread, I spent money. So I needed to exercise so that boom, there you go. Awesome. Hopefully, yeah. Not Harris. John, if you don't see that, reach out to me on my email. I'll see if I can find one for you. Okay. I don't use Kaplan that much, but I might be able to get my hands on one. Unless you're good. And then if you just go on the dashboard, and you must have it. It's thank you, Stephen, for putting that in there. Okay. If you go on my website, it should be there. It's kenfinnan@gmail.com. kenfinnan@gmail.com. That should help you. I'll just mute this. No, I'm kidding. So anyone else who wants to join this SIE group, just shoot me an email and I'll try to hook you guys up. Okay, now, where are we? Okay, so now if it's a credit spread, that means you brought money in. You have money in your pocket, right? So you're bringing in money. So say you sold the spread for 5. You want to buy it back for less than 5, because if you sold for something for 5, you want to buy it back for less than that. So you want the spread to narrow so you can buy it for less. So if the spread is 5, 7, and 2, and then it goes to 5 and 3, it narrowed to 2 points, and you'd make money that way. And really, you make the money on the difference in the spread, right? So in that case, it went from 7 and 2 to 5 and 3. So you sold it for 5 and bought it for 2, and you made $3. I don't think they're going to go that deep on you. But remember, debit widen, credit narrow. Debit widen, dead wives can't nag, credit narrow. And debit widen, to think fat guys like me, we need to exercise. So debit widen, exercise. You want the option to be exercise to make your money. Credit narrow, you got money. You want it to expire so you can keep the premium. Hope that helps. Okay. Okay. Okay, John, shoot me an email. I'll see what I can do. Shoot me if you do it tonight, though. Obviously, don't wait till tomorrow. Just put in the thing. Just put in the thing. Quick facts, and I'll shoot it over to you. Okay. Any more questions, or you let me out of here early? I get to go to bed. I get to drink more of this, go to sleep. People tell me to drink a lot of honey, but that's just not going to happen. Okay. Fair enough. So there's not an easy way, but accretion, think of like ascending, right? Accretion up, you accrete up or amortize down. So I have a couple of videos on that under the bond math video, but if you buy a bond for 800 and it matures at 1,000, yeah, I can do that. I can absolutely do that, Kalisa. So if you buy a bond for $800 and it's 10 years to maturity, it's going to mature at 1,000. If it's a zero coupon, especially. That $200 you're getting at the end. So the IRS doesn't want to wait that many years. So they're going to say, we want you to accrete a little bit of it every year. So if it's an $800 bond, 200 below par, for over 10 years, you're going to do 200 divided by 10. So you're going to accrete the bond $20 each year. So the easy way to remember this in any way is that I always think of like you accrete up, like you're ascending. I think when you're going up, you're ascending. So you're accreting up the stairs. Or when you're going down, you're at like muerto is death. So I think muerto, amortize. It reminds me amortize down, so going down. And just the big thing is you're adjusting your cost basis for that amount. You're adjusting the cost basis each year. And if it's an OID and it's a muni, you won't even pay taxes on that, but other ones you will. Okay. So the mayor, that one, that's easy. That's even easier. Okay. Only OID, so say this back to me, everyone. OID. So Rab, boom. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. The 57 is hard. Okay, boom. I just got Brittany's email. Okay. Yeah, the 57 is a bitch. Any surprises on it? Anything that we need to give back to the community? Because I have some students sometimes, and I just want to make sure I help them out. So on the accretion, OID you must accrete. O is an OID is a zero coupon. OID you must accrete. Boom. That's the only discount that has to accrete. Remember that. OID, whether it's a corporate muni or unmuted. Okay. If it's a corporate muni or a treasury, it doesn't matter. If it's an OID, a zero coupon, you must accrete. Boom. Secondary market ones don't. So remember, the OID, you must accrete. Say that over and over. On the premium side, only the munis have to amortize. That's it. On the premium side, only munis have to amortize. So really, the only thing, and I'm going to get to Kalisa and I'm going to get you in a second. The only thing that you have to remember is that OIDs must accrete and munis must amortize. Boom. Kalisa. Okay, so what's a broker difference in a broker dealer and an IA? This is for this. This is more for the 63, but it could be on the 7. A broker dealer is a firm like a Robinhood, a TD, a TD, something like that, like E-Trade, Webull. They're a firm that executes. It executes securities transactions. Okay, that's what they do. It's a firm that executes securities transactions. Hold on one second. You guys are gonna get a break for a second. I have to record Project One Way for my wife. What channel? Do we know what channel Project One Way is on? So I can hit the button to record it. Okay. Yes, that's the thing, Sarab. Okay. E channel. I need a number. Okay. Okay. Yeah, again, I'm going to get to Kalisa in 1 second. Yeah, in the on the 57, it is a pain where you have to figure out who we're talking about all the time, whether it's the market maker, or the order entry firm. Okay, now back to Kalisa. So a broker dealer is a firm like a Robinhood, E-Trade, Robinhood that actually executes securities transactions. Okay, now. And an investment advisor is just a firm that gives advice. They don't execute. So broker dealers charge commissions, mark up, mark down, stuff like that. They charge commissions. They can only be paid if you do a transaction. Okay. Investment advisors are firms that give advice. Okay. They give advice. Okay. So just keep that in mind that they're giving advice and you're paying for the advice. You're not paying it for the transactions. You're paying for the advice. So again, broker dealer is a firm that affects the transactions. An advisor is someone who gives advice and you pay for the advice. Okay. Boom. I will do that in 1 second. Stay there. 1 second. Project Runway.
Oh gosh, our plan just goes out the window. I thought we were gonna meet at 26, remember? Some people are always playing Saturday. Some people are
Class is gone. Okay, we're gonna get there. Okay. Thanks a lot for helping me with the Project Runway, people. Thanks a lot. No, I did it. Okay, so now. Okay. So John, thank you. So double barrel bond. Think of it this way. A double barrel bond is a revenue bond. Don't worry about city, state. They're not going there. A double barrel bond is a revenue bond, like if they issue a hospital. Okay. If it's a revenue bond that is like a hospital or something needed in the town, and if it's a revenue, so it's backed by revenue. But again, John, I appreciate it. If they don't have enough money to cover the debt service, they will take money from the town or the city or whatever it is. Okay. And before they issue a double barrel, that has to be voted on. So that's going to, like a GO bond in a way, it's voted on before they issue it because people have to agree that if this thing fails, then we're going to be on the hook for it. Okay. So that's a double barrel bond. Don't worry about going that specific into the rest of the stuff. Know that difference. How it's different than a moral obligation bond. A moral obligation bond is a bond. It's like for a stadium where, listen, we're a revenue bond. And if we run out of money, we're going to ask the town to pay. And then they will go with, then the budget, the council members will vote on whether to pay or not, but they can absolutely say no. Remember that. So on the Series 7 and the SIE and all these exams, Double barrel is where it's a revenue bond, and if they don't have enough money, the town has to pay. If it's a moral obligation, then it's a revenue bond, and the town can choose to pay or not based on the budget during the budget meetings. That's where it's going to be. And double barrel is safer than a moral obligation. Double barrel is safer than most revenue bonds anyway, because it has the back. I always think of it as a revenue bond with a geo kicker. Okay, so John, the difference between principal and agency. Okay. So an agency trade is just like where I'm the middleman for you. I call you up and say, hey, listen, John, do me a favor, buy 1,000 shares of IBM. You take my order, you go buy it for me, and you give it to me, and you charge me a commission. That's an agency transaction. Remember, ABC, agent, broker, commission, okay? Okay. Awesome. I'm glad that helped. Now, principal transaction is where I'm involved in the trade. So I give you, let's say you're the broker, you're the dealer. Remember, if I have a heart attack now and die, remember this: ABC, agent, broker, commission, and principal dealer markup, PDM, principal dealer markup. Okay. Now, a principal transaction is where I call you up, John, and say, listen, I want to buy 100 shares of IBM at 50. You then, thank you, Kalisa. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate that. I love it. I love working with you. We're going to get you through these exams. Okay. So now, if a principal transaction is where I call you up and say, I want to buy 100 shares at 50. You sell it to me, John, out of your inventory. Or if I'm selling it, you buy it using your money. Okay. And what you're going to do is I'm going to buy it at 50, but you're going to charge me like a 50-cent markup. So what you're going to do is I'm going to buy it at 50, and then you're going to charge me a 50-cent markup on top of it. And then I'm going to pay 50-50, which ends up being the same number as if I paid a commission, but you're using your own inventory to do this. And that's why there's a thing called a riskless principle, okay? Yeah, I bet it is, Sharab. I love it. Everyone gets that. See, not a lot of people take the 57 in here, but hopefully they'll catch it if they Google search it, and they'll get a little video synopsis of the Series 57, knowing what the principal and agency transaction is. That's awesome. And I love that you give it back, because not a lot of people take that exam, and it's a hard-ass exam. It really is. So principal transaction. So, Sarab, are you done now? Nothing else? Or do you have the 63 to take still? So, John, back to this. So there's a thing called the riskless principle, where let's say you don't have a position yet, and I want to buy stock through you, and you're only going to do it on a dealer basis. So what you'll do is you'll go buy the stock when I give you the order, and then turn around and sell it back to me with a markup. Oh, that's awesome, Sarab. You get to sleep, you get to relax, you get to enjoy your life. Now the hard part starts, the trading, right? Okay. So the riskless principle is you go buy the stock in the market once you get an order from me, and then you turn around and sell it back to me with a markup. That's a riskless principle, okay? Okay. Now, I'll get to you one, Sarah, Derek. I think that helps. Yes, sir, Rob. That's awesome. You get to go to sleep. You get to relax. Now, you're going to start trading now. So this is the hard part. You got to earn your keep, right? Okay. Now, can I go over Class C? So level loads. Oh, awesome. Okay. So, Bonnie, can you explain it? So, first of all, Class A. Okay. Okay, wait. Kalisa, Class B fades over time to 0. So A is a front-end load. You pay a sales charge up front. B is what they call a CDSC, or I call them back-end, right? Contingent deferred sales charge. Give it a shot, Bonnie. I'm not going to say C. I want to see how you do. Yes, they have a 12B1 fee. Let's have some fun. See how Bonnie, see if you can explain it. If not, I'll tweak it. Okay, I like that. I'm going to tweak that, but that's perfect. So Class C, what they mean by a level load is basically you're paying like a 1% sales charge no matter what. No, you're good. This is why we're doing this, right? So everyone's getting shit wrong. This is why you do stuff. You say stuff. So A is a front-end load, B is a back-end load, C is a... So you just flipped B and C, which happens all the time. So now, C share, and listen, guys, I want you to put stuff in here. I'm going to hit you with that. I want you to put shit in here. If you get it wrong, and that's what we're here for. The best way to learn is to say something wrong. Like I just heard somebody did a video before. and they said their dad used to make him come in and say, "What'd you fail at today?" Like, to learn to think failing is not a bad thing. Failing is a learning opportunity. Remember that. Getting things wrong is a learning opportunity. I can't say that enough. You need to fail and get shit wrong. I'm not muting anymore because I keep on doing it. Now, so Class C pays a level. You'll pay a 1% sales charge to go in, and that never changes. But then you'll pay a 12B1 fee, which I'll get to every year. And Brittany, right, it's for short term. So 12B1 fee is an annual fee, really quarterly, that they charge for marketing and advertising. So the max is like 0.75%, but they can charge, I think, 1% for the Class C. So basically, every year you're paying a maximum 12B1 fee of 1%. So if you're in Class C and you're anything more than like 3 or 4 years, you got screwed over. Class C is like, it's really, a lot of the people I work with, they said they need permission from their principal to offer Class C, because it's really such a short-term thing. And if anyone's in over 3 years, they're better off buying a no load or something like that, or class. It's not a no load, but buying a Class A. Okay, so 12B1 fee is a marketing and advertising fee that they take out of your expenses, and you think, why am I paying for the marketing and advertising? It's because the more people they bring in, if they bring in more people, in theory, if they bring in more people, then you're sharing the expenses, so it's less. Like if you go buy a shore house for the summer, that's what I tell everyone. If it's you and your 2 girlfriends or guy friends, you're gonna pay a third each. But if you bring in another 10 people, you're all paying a little bit. I mean, yeah, it's a little crowded, but it's but you're sharing the expenses, and that's why the 12B1 fee, you're paying the expenses to bring in more investors. Tim, that's awesome. What's next? Yeah, I think I got a bunch of people that are very nervous about the SIE, but we're going to get you through that, right? We're going to get through the SIE. We're going to get through the 6 or the 7, whatever's next. We're going to move on. Kalisa, we're going to get you past the 7. We're going to do this. Okay. Yeah, lots of regulatory stuff. Lots and lots of reg stuff. Okay. Right. So that's awesome. Perfect. No, listen, Sharab, thank you for coming on. Anytime. Come on. I love having people come on. That's awesome. Thank you for coming on. It makes me feel good. Something, it's good to know, because in the back of my head, sometimes I remember people, and I remember if they passed or not. But listen, I am so happy for you. You're done. It's great. You got the big beast done. Until next year, when you come on and say, "Hey, they're making me take the 24." That'll be the next one. Okay. Okay, Tim. So as I tell everyone, you're going for the 7 now. If you have the time, unless you got like a week to study. Like, there's some guy in Reddit who was saying that he only had a week to study. He was just fucking around with us. He was trying to say he wasn't studying. He was kidding around. But let's see. So I think the best thing you do for the next week or so, just read the book straight through. Shrab, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's nice. I remember, anyone who says that I helped me, I might have tweaked you, but you're not passing with just me. You got to do the work. Keep that in mind, guys. All you guys think, oh, if it wasn't for me, yeah, maybe I put you over the finish line, but you got to get there. I put you, you were here, you got to here, I pushed you over the top. That's all it is. You understand. Oh, good. So you have 3 weeks. That's perfect. Get through the book, read it straight through. A lot of these places make you do a certain timeline. If they do, try to get up on the book as quick as you can. I'm getting better at turning off the mute now. So, Aaron, how do you feel? So, first of all, Tim, if they're putting you on a timeline of what you have to do, try to get as much reading in as you can this weekend so you can be ahead of the game. Because they do these stupid things. You need to take 200 questions a day. It's such crap. Some places do. Aaron, you're going to nail it. How do you feel? Do you feel okay? I mean, have you been scoring? Have you been passing your exams? Where's your weakest spot? The not talking helps me not cough as much. Hopefully by Tuesday I'll be better. Or dead. I'll be one of the two. Either better or dead. Either way, my videos live on. And my TikToks and my podcast. So while there's a little dead, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's 1 bad one and then 4 great ones. That's awesome. Aaron, you're solid. As long as you keep grinding on this stuff, I'll try not to. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna live forever, unfortunately. That's fine. So if you're scoring an 80 is on the Kaplan's, you're in great shape. Just make sure you know the munis, not the little nitty gritty details. As Mandy said, you got to know the suitability. You got to know. I know. I promise I'll wait until after you pass. I get it. That's everyone says that. It's funny. That'll keep me living forever. That I can't. There's always somebody who's going to need to pass. Okay, I'll be 85 years old still doing this crap. I'll be the old man on YouTube. Okay. And that's maybe I'll live forever. I always have one more student. No, I'll die next week after that student passes, right? And then I got more. You have to have a reason to live, right? Okay. I think that works. Aaron, you're doing well. Guys, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna jump off in a minute. But guys, if you like what I'm doing, please hit like, subscribe, share. Please tell people, everyone you're working with. If you're just finding out about me, just shoot my name out to people. That's all you got to do. Just shoot it out there. One of my students, said she'd send her people to me, and they watch all the time. They said, I guess I'm somewhat entertaining, which is good. I'm not boring like most of the other ones. Again, if you need tutoring, reach out to me at series7exam.org. I have the membership thing, which I'm going to tell you about now. I keep doing that. I keep doing it. All that's selling. Okay. There you go. So now I have all these different ones. So just tell people. That's all I ask you to tell people. Let's go back to this. So my membership thing. For $10 a month, you get access to all my option videos. Okay. Then for the $25 a month, I do a weekly Zoom call. I think I should be good now. I'm off now. It's a weekly Zoom call at 7 p.m. for the Series 7 and SIE and 6, and at 6 p.m. Eastern, once a week. Now, there's no I agree, Kelly. So the only difference is there's no limit. I can have 15 people, 5 people, 2 people, 1 person. Last Sunday, I had 2 people on it. I think they liked it, and one of them passed the exam on Tuesday. And then the top one is $100 a month, which I'm not telling you to do. I do get all the other stuff. Plus, you get once every other week. We do a maximum 2 people on a semi-private. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. Just keep jumping in the videos. We do this. I love this. Just tell people. That's all I ask. If you need other free resources, I got my videos. I got Brandon Rith at Basic Wisdom. He's fucking rock star. And then you got Dean Tinney, who's a Kaplan instructor. He's been doing it for 20 years. He does this stuff, and it's pretty good stuff. Okay. I almost did it again where I didn't unmute myself. If you need tutoring, reach out to me at series7exam.org, or you can reach out to Michael Weiss. I keep doing it. I keep muting myself. So if you want tutoring, either me at series7exam.org or Michael Weiss at series7examtutor.com. Free resources, okay? I know I'm such an idiot. Hopefully the coughing stops, so it stops, and now my Siri's picking up. Okay. Hope I'm off mute now. So now, yeah, see, I need like an assistant to do the cough. I should have a cough button, like the radios. You take your hand off, you unmute. Now, free resources. Me, obviously the greatest channel in the history of ever. You got Basic Wisdom, Brandon Rith. You got Dean Tinney. Okay. Tutoring, me again, or Michael Weiss at series7examtutor.com. And they have 2 good Reddits. There's 2 good Reddits out there. On Reddit, there's Series 7 Exam run by Michael Weiss, and there's Series 7, just Series 7 run by Dean Tinney. They're both they know their stuff. I'm working on it. I just can't hit the mute anymore because I keep forgetting. Now, guys, don't shy away. Appreciate it. Do not shy away from using Investopedia or Khan Academy for stuff. They're really good. Okay, everyone? Have a good night. It's 9:30. I've made a whole hour this time without keeling over. Have a great weekend. Wash your hands. If you join the membership, I got the thing Sunday night. And let's see everyone on there. Oh, and you guys, anyone who's who wants to join, anyone who wants to do the SIE exam group, let me know. Shoot me an email, and I'll hook you up with Bonnie, as I say. Yeah, I got to be careful that the match game, right? Okay. Y'all have a good night. Thank you. Thank you very much.